or is it going to keep fucking around? Oh, it's not. It is going to record me. Okay, great. Hi, everybody. This is Sean Crawford, the creator, producer, writer, director, etc. of Wuthering Dragons. And sorry to be so in the dark here. Like a stranger in the dark. Let's try this. No, too blue. I like this a little bit better. Is that better? That's a little bit better. I know it's a little dark. Sorry about that. Let me try and do this a little bit. Oh, there we go. That's a little better. That's a little bit better. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to talk about Jennifer today. Ooh, Jennifer. Yep. I put out a big long post on Reddit about Jennifer. If you haven't read it, check it out. Actually, maybe I should just turn the lights on. But no, I'm going to leave it in the dark like this. This is me. This is authentic. This is just who I am. I kind of like the blue though. Maybe we'll just do that. Yeah, just so we have some blue in the face here. And I have been yelling today since I've been blue in the face because a lot of people today have had a can't do attitude, and I'm sick and tired of it. They can't do this and won't do that, and can't do this and won't do that. I'm like, okay, so then tell me what you will do, and let's go from there. I don't want to know what you can't do. I don't know what you won't do. I don't want to hear about that. I want to hear about what you can do. So that's the kind of day that I've had today. Anyway, Jennifer, right. In short, excuse me, there's the spirits moving on me. In short, Jennifer is my love. Jennifer's a girl that we met when we were 13 years old, 12 and also 13 years old. And then actually, I think we met later in life too. It's kind of weird. I'm trying to recall all the times that I actually met Jennifer. We met quite a few times, and it's not that I didn't love her. It's that I didn't really think of her in the same way that I would think of other girls at the time. There was a lot of distractions in my way, I would say. And one of the biggest distractions of all was this woman that I'm going to call Jenova. Okay? I made some notes here. If I'm defamatory, I don't care. Okay, Alicia? Because you kept me and Jennifer apart. Anyway, if you want to read about Jennifer, I'm going to post the Reddit post underneath here, so you can go check all that shit out. So, here's the start. Jennifer and Jenova were neighbors for years. I'm not going to tell you where they were neighbors. If you read the Reddit posts, you know exactly where they were neighbors. Not relevant anymore, though. I don't think I doxed anyone. I think that was pretty well established that she lived on that road. A lot of celebrities actually lived on that road. So, basically, when Jenova found out that Jennifer was in love with me, she made a move on me. Or rather, I made a move on her. We made a move on each other. I was a senior, and she was kind of approaching a sophomore, which is like the middle of the road. And they were neighbors. They were neighbors. That was the big thing. They were neighbors. So anytime that I went over there to date Jenova, to spend time with Jenova, to play video games with Jenova, we spent hours in her basement. And she heard everything because the soundproofing was really poor in the basement. Jennifer heard everything that I did with Jenova. Jenova was a cheap doppelganger counterfeit of what should have been, which was Jennifer. Which was Jennifer all along. Which is Jennifer from the very fucking beginning. Basically, I'm starting to believe that Jenova was some kind of Scientology plant that was put there to make sure that I stayed in Scientology and I had all the same beliefs of Scientology. In case you're not wondering, Scientology and this production are basically at war with each other. Not sure if you know. This is a righteous war against a bunch of pedophiles. Against people that would counterfeit and steal my production in a heartbeat if they had a chance. Thank God I haven't given them a chance. Thank God. I call for your father, Scientology. Thank God I haven't given them a chance. So, when things were kind of souring as they do in a relationship between me and Jenova, Jenova took some manipulative steps to keep us together. For example, the first time that we had sex was one of the times when I was really thinking of leaving her. Because I had a friend of mine that was telling me, an honest friend that probably had something to do with Jennifer, an African-American friend, yes, who told me to quit Jenova. who told me to quit Jenova because Jenova didn't want to do anything that I wanted to do. We didn't have anything similar in terms of mission, vision, and values other than just basically having sex, to be honest. And that was all we had. Like, the sex was wonderful, but that's all we had. The affection was wonderful. The physical affection was wonderful. That part of things was wonderful, but that's all we had. And so this production, when I'm talking about, like, the physical part and, like, them having, having relations all the time, stuff like that, like, that's based in real life. That's based in real life with me and Jenova and Jennifer. This three-way interplay that constantly happened, and I didn't even know it was happening. And then I dated this other girl that Jennifer was trying to kind of get me back. Jennifer, although she never had me in the first place, unfortunately, because Jenova was there. But Jennifer was trying to kind of get me to date her by having her friend talk to me. And I'm not sure exactly how it's probably some Mormon stuff, like, oh, let's both be with him or something like that. I don't know. I would gladly be with both of them, by the way. But it just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. I didn't know what they were going for. I think the Church of Mormon or whatever, or just a group, cough, cough, was trying to get me to join, not realizing that I was a Scientologist, that my mother was so deep into this shit. And they were trying to proselytize me into Christianity, into, I believe, the Church of Mormon more. And they wanted my soul in a good way, because I was talented, because I was good at things, because I wrote Wuthering Dragons, because actually before Wuthering Dragons I was an excellent paralegal and legal professional. I would love to go to law school one day to be an entertainment lawyer. You know who didn't want me to go to law school? Alicia. Guess why? Because she wanted to go to law school. Because Jenova, wanted to go. Well, now you know her name. If you watch this far, you deserve to know her name. So anyway, Jenova would actually stand outside of her house, which was, of course, was right next to Jennifer. And Jenova would make sure that Jennifer could see us, and then she'd start laying on the physical affection and the long, like 10 or 15 minute goodbye. Because she knew she was a jealous twit, and she knew that Jennifer loved me and really wanted to be with me for me, and Jenova was kind of showing me off. And she did that a lot. By the way, Jennifer, she's next door now. Now she's next door to me. How do you like that, Alicia? Jennifer, do you understand that? She says, I know. Every single time that she was in front of the house, she's trying to make us jealous of each other. And I didn't even know I loved you. They were attacking me. It's funny how they're attacking me before they even know that we love each other. Because when I was 13 years old, I sang her A Whole New World. And I will never forget that moment. And she looked at me with just this expression of utter love and appreciation and affection. And I've never had anyone look at me that way before. And if she ever looks at me like that again, I'll marry her on the spot. I will if she'll have me. Also, so Jenova had me attend Midnight Madness, which was an event that happened in our town, and she specifically took me to a witch store where she knew that Jennifer was there. And that move was solely to harass Jennifer. I know it was. She took me there because she told me, oh, I'm interested in witch stuff. And she was. And she is interested in witch stuff, Jennifer. So I would, ward yourself against her specifically. She is a fucking cunt. And she's very manipulative and very, very just unbelievable. Very manipulative. Jenova played all of the games that Jennifer wasn't allowed to watch or play. For example, Dante's Inferno. For example, Kingdom Hearts. Are you allowed to play Kingdom Hearts? She's not allowed to play Kingdom Hearts. But Jenova is. And she's not allowed to play wrestling, right? Are you not allowed to play wrestling? Well, Jenova is. So she would have me and her play all of the stuff that Jennifer wasn't allowed to play because she was in a different group, a very religious group. I'm not going to talk about it. It doesn't matter. But she was a Christian. And her family's a Christian. And they didn't want her playing Dante's Inferno because Dante's Inferno is very not goth. Jenova, I wrote at the bottom, and it's true, was just a cheap imitation of what Jennifer should have been all along. And the fact that she used me to make Jennifer jealous, to manipulate Jennifer, to make Jennifer's life hell, and also her sister, who also had a thing for me, because I was there. Heart Lake, I was there. Yeah, that was me. I was there. Hi. Are you hearing this happen in real time, chat? Sorry, I'm recording this. Is that okay? I love you. I love you. You're a phenomenon worldwide. You're on the cover of Time magazine, baby. Jesus is on the cover of Time magazine, too. Gee, I wonder if that means something. Jenova. You fucking world-ending prick. Anyway, so Jenova, oh, in case you don't know the lore for Jenova, Jenova is the, basically, Abrahamic demonic deity that Sephiroth is birthed from in the Final Fantasy VII series. They take a cut from Jenova, and they take that Mako energy, that DNA, that Z-DNA stuff, you know? The Z-DNA, and they manipulate it into Sephiroth, and then they turn Sephiroth into a soldier, and they make him fight for Midgar all the time. The Midgar army and blah, 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 all the time. So, Jenova, you aren't using me as a soldier, and you aren't using Eris either as a soldier. I'm really Cloud, actually, in this situation. I'm too fat to be Cloud, as multiple people have identified. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I understand that I'm very big. This is how big I really am. Can I stand up for a minute? This is now I've lost about 50 pounds of weight, but I'm fucking huge, okay? I'm more like a Barrett, maybe a fat version of Sid. He's a little fat. But Sid commands the high winds. Not the fucking free wind pedophile ship. The fucking high winds, okay? And we're taking the high winds, because let me give you another update since you put up with all the Jenova and Jennifer stuff. We have the script. The script is done. Act 1 is done. The lyrics are put out. Act 2, the lyrics are put out. We have I feel like we have a significant amount of the blocking also. There's going to be kind of postscript, I think, after the script, to explain the blocking of each scene. That's something that's going to be done in conjunction with the choreographers. So we are writing the production handbook as we go along. Do you understand that that's what we're doing? It's freaking awesome. And as we work on this production handbook and as we get it more done, it is, I'll tell you how long right now. So it is, oh, I'm still going, good. It is 70, what is it? 170 something. 107 pages long. It is 7,626 words long. So this is not a tiny little thing. This is a full-scale production running for at least 2 hours long. Maybe even 2.5. We'll see how it goes. There are songs constantly potentially being added, actually, as well. Now, what I've done is I'm just keeping the ones, the music that I have now that I created along with the independent producers, writers, directors, studios, etc. We're going to keep what we have now. We may add songs on. I'd be excited to add songs on. The other thing that people need to know, this musical is entirely modular. There are songs that are in a list that are unlisted or unadded songs. We have a whole bunch of those. I had to drop them for various reasons, most of which copyright related. But I'll tell you right now, it's an amazing production. I'm looking at it. I'm staring at it right now. Now, I very much wish, and this is Act 1 and Act 2, that's 110 pages. Somebody just added to it. Wow. I'm telling you right now, this is a huge production. This is something that has to be put on in a great big studio or great big auditorium with 1,400 people. This isn't something for like the local church. This is something that is huge in scale and mass. And we're going to do it. We're going to play it. Jennifer, hopefully, is going to be there. and it's going to be freaking amazing. Jennifer is, I can't tell you who she is. If you know, you know. But she's a major celebrity. She has rights to one of the songs. People are complaining about, oh, well, this song sounds a lot like this other song that was written by this famous person, and I don't know if they're going to get permission. Oh, I believe that they will. I believe that they will. And when they do, it's going to be awesome. One of those people that you think wrote one of the songs, maybe Cough Cough, that's Jennifer. Yeah. If you guessed, you guessed. Go read the Reddit thing. There's a lot of clues there. Coughity cough. I can't say the words out loud because I swear Disney and all of their people, you know, might be Disney, might be Paramount, might be Universal, might be DreamWorks, right? Might be, who else would be there? Might be someone from Barbra Streisand Studios. Might be somebody there. I don't know. There might be somebody from Warner Brothers, potentially. Ooh, Warner Brothers. They're doing Wuthering Heights already. They're doing an adaptation. And let me just say about that one, I fully intend to see it. I don't know how it's going to go, but that's February 13th of next year. They're doing Wuthering Heights, the film adaptation. It is a historically accurate interpretation. I'm giving them free advertising, folks, and I hope that they give Wuthering Dragons free advertising, which they totally the fuck won't. But Emerald Fennell is doing her best. Okay, folks? Emerald Fennell is the only vagina in a room full of penises. And she is trying her best. The producers, the lawyer birds and chart guys are overproducing the heck out of it. I'm going to be honest. They're trying to destroy the show before it comes out. Much like they're doing to Wuthering Dragons. Cough, cough. But we're trying our best here. We're holding up. I'm holding up. I'm in this, I'm sorry, miserable trailer that I call my this is my recording studio right now. It's miserable being in the trailer. It's very small. I only have a few footage of room to walk around and do stuff. It's something, man. It's something. It's something. It ain't, well, you aren't good. No, it's good. It's just, something's missing. Hopefully the fans can help with that. One day I'm going to do, when I have the courage to do it, a tour of the trailer, and you can see how I live, or how I lived in the years preceding when I was in the studio at my mom's house. My studio was my mom's den, to be honest. I was in my mom's den, mixing up all this stuff, and singing, and playing guitar and all of this. It was in my mom's den. But many of the guitars that I used to play the tracks, to lay the tracks down with the fucking drop D and shit like that, it's all in the room still. And I can't get it. Because my mom kicked me out. Because I wrote Wuthering Dragons. The heck's up with that? So anyway, I just wanted to give you an update about the whole Jennifer situation and the Jenova. New character. Might be a musical there. Potentially. Jennifer, Jenova, all of that. Maybe we'll call it like an urban fantasy. That'd be nice. We'll have like an urban fantasy. That'd be a good musical. Anyway, like and subscribe. Stay in tune. Wuthering Dragons Tribe, you are the best tribe on earth. You protect us. You love us. You do magic for us. So you sorcerers. You awesome sorcerers. You know, Aaron and Moses were sorcerers, weren't they? According to the Bible. That is biblical. I call for your father. Anyway, like and subscribe. We have lots more coming. We might even have an Act 3 coming. I don't know. It depends on how things go. Maybe we will have Act 3. Act 3, maybe we could pick it up a little bit. Maybe it could be, a little bit more lighthearted and happy and go into more of the dragon lore stuff. I don't know. But yeah, like and subscribe. And you are the best tribe. Still the hottest thing since the earth blew up. Say it with me. Still the hottest tribe since the earth blew up. Take it easy, tribe. We'll see you next time.